Across India, chess has produced champions and thinkers, from Vishwanathan Anand to Gukesh Domaraju to several rising stars across states. In Assam too, the board game is not just a sport, but a growing tool for education and emotional growth. However, there are two young chess players who are making their move both on the board and beyond it. Brothers 14-year-old Vihaan Upadhyay and 12-year-old Viraj Upadhyay were not just content with winning accolades both in national and international platforms, but had other goals in their minds. With FIDE ratings of 1920 and 1874 respectively, Vihaan and Viraj are not just chess prodigies, but also the minds behind Pawns to Kings, a non-profit organization that teaches children how chess can help develop life skills. Founded in Assam, the initiative blends strategy with empathy. Mentored by chess Grandmaster Miloje Ratkovic and chess international master Milovan Ratkovic from Serbia and FIDE certified instructor Biswajeet Bharadwaj, Pawns to Kings uses chess as a tool to build cognitive strength, emotional resilience and social connection. Their last venture was Project Child, a workshop held in some of the flood-prone areas across Kachar district of Assam that focused on helping children cope with disaster-related stress and build life skills. It was held in collaboration with the Kachar District Disaster Management Authority, Panchayat and Rural Development, UNICEF Assam and other key stakeholders.
So basically I started playing chess when I was in class 5 during lockdown, and so I got really interested into it and I started referring to chess books and started playing online games. Soon I started playing in national and international tournaments where I even reached a peak FIDE rating of 2000, and since then it has been a really important part of my life. Since chess has been such an important part of my life, it has benefited me in both my social and academic life. So I wanted to give back to the community.
Every kid should have the right resources and guidance towards success, but when we realized that these kids in juvenile centers and orphanages, they do not have them, we thought that it would be our duty to help them by teaching chess. Actually, what happens is the kids in juvenile centers, they get charged for crimes which they committed under ego or pressure, and when they go to juvenile center for rehabilitation, they think that their future is completely destroyed or bleak now, and they have no sense of hope now. They think that. But we at Pawns to Kings, along with my brother, we think that if we teach them chess, they will have a path in life and they will be guided towards success. It will not only hone their critical thinking abilities, but also make them smarter to attend their future endeavors in life. So we think that if we keep teaching them chess and they show their full passion and determination for it and keep practicing it in their free time, not only they can become professional players and represent states, but even if they do not become pro chess players, they can still be leaders of their own communities and they can actually become from a pawn to a king.
Not just Project Child, the duo have been part of several such initiatives, including workshops at Sneha Bandhan Child Care Home in Guwahati, Government De-Addiction Cum Rehabilitation Center at Pamohi, Community Facilitation Resource Center in Kachar's Borkhola, and Juvenile Observation Home at Meherpur in Silchar.
So basically I was really nervous at first, but when I went there, the people there were like really friendly and they showed genuine interest. And they even cross-questioned me. So like that has encouraged me to take more such sessions, and it was like a very enriching experience for both me and Viraj.
So at first, when we are teaching them the orientation of the board, how the pieces move, the names of the pieces, how the game actually works, they become a little confused because chess is a complex game. In fact, it's the second most complicated game in the world after Go. So basically, teaching them, they will be a little confused at first, but when you understand the basics thoroughly, then you can truly progress with the game and things don't really become so confusing. So at first, when I went to Sneha Mandan, I noticed that the kids were paying their full undivided attention, which made them easier for it to understand chess. Yes, actually I thought that it would take 2-3 sessions for them to understand the full basics, but surprisingly they understood the whole basics that we were required to teach them in the first session, at the end of the first session only. So basically after we taught them the basics, we asked them a bunch of questions and surprisingly all of them were able to answer correctly.
One very interesting question was like the bishop and rook, if you have both of them, then you have like 8 points worth of material. But if you have a queen alone, you have 9 points of material. But the interesting thing is like the queen moves the same way as the rooks and the bishop move. So like why the queen has 9 points and they have 8 points combined. So basically the thing is, with the queen you can move at once. The moves of the bishop, yes, that was one really interesting question.
So in chess, just like other sports, the first steps are hard, but when you practice thoroughly through the first steps, then the second steps become easier, then the third step, then the fourth step, and so on. So basically you just need to practice a lot to master the basics, and then you will gain experience and eventually become a better player.
Behind Vihaan and Viraj's journey stands a quiet but strong foundation. Their parents. Their father, Gaurav Upadhyay, a 2012 batch IPS officer, and their mother, Nandini Upadhyay, who is one of the trustees of Pawns to Kings, who supported their sons not just in tournaments but also when they came up with the idea of using chess as a social development tool.
First time जब ये लोग मेरे पास आए, विहान विराज, तो they were like कि Mom, can we go and visit any orphanage and वहाँ क्या बच्चों को चेस सिखा सकते हैं जाके? तो I was like a little surprised because no doubt, definitely it was an amazing idea, but it coming from them all of a sudden, so it was a bit of surprise for me. So I told them yes, we can definitely do it, but let Papa come and then we'll discuss and see how we go about it. So फिर हम लोग डिस्कशन किया amongst 4 of us, we discussed कैसे करना है, why do you want to do it. So उन्हें लगा कि है ऐसे अंडर प्रिविलेज्ड, दे हैड अ चांस टू विजिट ऑर्फनेज पहले कभी. It took us some time to realize कि they actually want to do it, and it wasn't कि आया और मन में ऐसे बोल दिया. They had it in them, तो उनको मन था करने का, इसीलिए. Definitely a number of rounds of discussions happened कि कैसे करना है करके. And we saw that they were like little excited about it. I told them कि if you actually want to teach them chess, it's not going to be a one-day affair. There have to be like multiple visits to the orphanage, and if you are ready for it. So they were excited. So we like me and Gaurav, हम लोग को लगा ठीक है, we can definitely go about it. And moreover like starting से हम लोगों ने मतलब ये कोशिश किया है कि दोनों को स्क्रीन से as much as possible to keep them away from it. So they have been involved in doing a lot of MUNs and debates and a number of other engagements apart from their regular studies. So we also thought this will be another positive engagement for them. Let's do it. So this is how it started. Then we thought कि इसको एक proper we should start it in the form of an organization rather than just going and visiting and doing it. So that is how it started.
So basically Pawns to Kings started with the vision to teach underprivileged kids chess because they don't have as much privileges as their peers, and chess would teach them mental resilience and critical thinking skills. These are really important aspects in an individual's success. So now we've also launched Project Child, which stands for Chess for Hope, Inclusivity and Life Skill Development, along with UNICEF. So basically we'll teach in the flood relief shelters also. So our long-term goal is to reach as many institutions and relief shelters as possible. We don't want to be only confined to Assam, but also explore other states and try to make it a national-wide movement.
We are not actually born professional teachers, so teaching them can be a bit challenging on taking the approach on how to say and reframe our words so they understand in the best way possible. but even we also got the hang of it, and now we can teach fluently.
For Vihaan and Viraj, every pawn matters. They are no less than a king. Every child taught, every game played is one small step towards building stronger minds and safer communities. From the 64 squares of a chessboard, these young minds are shaping stories of change, one move at a time.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.